Talk about bad beats. We are 2 last-second missed field goals away from correctly predicting the upsets that we had told you about in our last video for the Week 10 UFL games. The Michigan Panthers badly missed a potential game-winning field goal that would have given Michigan the upset win over Birmingham. And then right away in San Antonio, their kicker, Ryan Santoso, badly hooks a 51-yard field goal that would have won them the game against the Battlehawks. And that takes us from going perfect in predicting those upsets to just missing. Now, we're in an interesting betting situation for this upcoming playoff weekend because we're going to get the exact same matchups we just had the week prior. And what's really interesting from a football behavior perspective is the behavior we predicted for all 4 teams involved was basically spot on. So what does that mean for how we're going to predict this playoff weekend? And that's what we have to check out because, like I said, the behavior was spot on. So do we have to make any type of massive changes to our process for this week? Let's check it out. In our first rematch of last weekend in this playoff round, we have Michigan taking on Birmingham. The Michigan Panthers had set up that game perfectly in Week 10 to pull off the upset. They have the right kicker. This kicker can basically kick it from Michigan to Alabama, and you'd bet it would go in. I find it unlikely that he's not playing in the NFL during the 2024-2025 season. So what did Michigan do to give their kicker a chance to win the game? And the answer to that is time of possession. We don't talk enough about how important that is, especially if you want to pull off the upset. Remember, the first law of football behavior is an offense can only score points when they're in possession of the ball. Pretty obvious, right? Well, for Michigan, they've got to give themselves every opportunity to score those points. In a even time of possession projection, we think that Michigan is most likely to win this game, but by the slimmest of margins, 23.1 to 22.9. That is as paper thin as it gets. But if Michigan does what it did the week prior, and that is possess the ball for 33 minutes in that game, that edge widens out. It goes to 24.1 to 22.9. For those reasons, we are going to take the Michigan Panthers to cover the 5 points, and we think the most likely outcome of this game is a Michigan Panthers upset, 23-22. But remember, we're playing with a very thin margin. That's why we're only going to place our bet on the spread. We think Michigan covers the 5 points. Next up, we have the San Antonio Brahmas again taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now listen, if the Brahmas had even just a little bit, just a smidge of a decent offense, they would be my pick to win it all. That defense, stupid good. But the reality is they don't. They don't have a good offense. They scored just 12 points against the Battlehawks in Week 10, and somehow they still had a chance to win the game, and that's because their defense, again, is just elite. But look at this offensive regression, just week after week after week of scoring behavior regression. And as inconsequential as a passer as Dormady has been, and I've said for weeks that they should look to replace him, it can't get much worse. That running game has also been a significant problem for them. And if you look past their first 5 games, those would be the 5 games after the red line on this chart, you can see that in their last 5 games, they're averaging under half a point for every minute that they possess the ball. The offense is a significant problem. The good news for them, on top of them having such a good defense, the Battlehawks offense has also been in a pretty steep regression, and scoring just 13 points against the Brahmas in Week 10 didn't do anything to help it. In fact, if we look at this chart, we can see that the Battlehawks offense is regressing week over week by 31%. That is going to play right into the Brahmas' hands. The other side of that for the Battlehawks is that their defense is also regressing and hasn't been very good as of late. Yes, they just held the Brahmas to 12 points, but honestly, you and I could hold the Brahmas to 12 points, so that's not really saying too much. The problem is, can the Battlehawks defense fully shut the door? And I don't know that they can. I think just like we saw in Week 10, they're going to give the Brahmas an opportunity to win this game. With defense and with ball control, the Brahmas can do it. So here's what we think is going to happen. This is what the projected final score is going to be. A Brahmas victory, 18-16. We like them to cover the 3 points. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter. That link is going to be in the description and in the comments to this video. All of our newsletter subscribers have signed up for free, and many of them have also signed up for our premium option. Our premium option gives subscribers the full potential of our behavior science prediction model, and it's why it's one of the only betting newsletters that pays for itself and helps you make a profit on top of that, just by giving you access to the only football analysis rooted in the science of human behavior. And because of that, we are committed to full transparency. That is why it's important you track all of our bets publicly at Pickett. All of our wins, all of our losses, everything that we have done, you can see firsthand. And you can see the bets we're making before the games are even played. There's no going back and playing gotcha. Sign up for a free Pickett account. In my opinion, they are the best bet tracking app on the market. And when you sign up for their free account, use code FBX. Get the football behavior newsletter, sign up with a free Pickett account, and you're going to be set for the end of the UFL season and the upcoming NFL season. And we'll see you for both.